Okay guys, so I keep showing you variations of when the person has one arm on the floor. So now we're going to get into the next scenario. So just to recap, when the person has one arm on the floor, we pull the shoulder forward, we push. Once we push, they're posting, they pull it forward. Now I push, my elbow collapses, right? My elbow. Once my elbow is bent, I'm on the floor, short. I move my hand, I push the chest, we fall. So what could happen now? So because I'm pulling so much on this shoulder, if they put both hands on the floor, they take some of the weight off of just this arm in their post. So now their weight is more proportional on both sides of their body. So for them to post, they still need to step on me somehow to get their arms off the floor, right? So what we need to do now is, when both arms are on the floor, we need to do the same concept, but we're going to trap one of their legs in a way that they can't use the double hand push to back away. I think it's important we understand what they're doing with the double hand push. So hold both my legs and stand up, please. So just hold both my legs. Lift up my legs and grab my ankles. Yes. Now come into me. So look, I can pose my hands and walk back, right? So what am I doing when I walk back? What I'm doing when I walk back is I'm never letting the person's butt come closer to my hands. Because if my butt comes closer to my hands, look what just happened to my shoulder. My shoulder comes forward. Remember? And remember what you learned about the shoulder coming forward. My weight goes off of my hands onto my shoulders, putting my weight back to my butt, which is our objective. So by me walking, just come back a little bit this way. So you lift me up. By me walking, I'm able to stop that from happening. So come more, keep walking. I'm able to stop that from happening, you see? Because I'm able to keep my butt behind my arms, okay? So because this is what the only pro in the double arms is that I'm able to back up walking my hands. So what we have to do is we have to disable the person from being able to walk back. And how are we going to do that? If one arm is trapped, so lock your legs now, and now lift up my leg, and I'm going to sit up. Now come into me. I can't back up anymore. Look at my arm. I cannot back up, you see? Because one of my legs is trapped. So the second we see both arms hit the floor, I want you guys to trigger in your mind something. Okay, I have to keep his leg stuck. Because once his leg is stuck, he cannot keep moving. And that's the only pro to them posting both arms. So the second they can't keep moving, their arms are going to be here. Just trap this leg again, please. My arms are going to be here. The second they come into me more, look at what happened. My butt is coming closer to my hands. My butt is coming closer to my hands. Look at my shoulders. The second you see my shoulders come forward is the time you know that I can't move. Remember I said I lost all the strength in my hands right now because all my weight you'll feel transferred to my shoulders. That is why this is happening. So back up again. So if she's holding both my ankles, again to recap, stand up. I can walk. Now come back. And by me walking, I'm keeping this distance of my butt from my hands. You see? That is why this is happening. The second she traps one of my legs and I stand up and she comes into me, look, I can't back up anymore. Look how my butt's coming to my hands. Look at my weight's on my shoulders now. Come more. Look at my knees going to my chest. Look how I have zero base now. I fall. Do you see how my body completely collapsed? It's just so interesting, like the mechanics of how the posting works. The second my butt comes close to me, look how my shoulder has to come forward. It has to. My butt's back, look at my shoulder. The second I do this, look, I can try to bring my shoulder back, but look how all my weight is off. Now it's all on my elbow. If I back my shoulder up when my butt's next to me, all my weight's on my elbow, I even fall more. You see? So I'm trying to explain the mechanics in every spot to you, so it makes it just so much easier when we do these sweeping spots. And you're just you have such a deep understanding of why the person's falling, you see? So, again, what is the premise of both my hands being on the floor? I'm able to make distance with my butt and my hands. I'm able to keep my butt from going next to my hands. You see, because if my butt and hands are here coming to me, I can't stay up. The second I'm here, I could use my hands and on my post to keep my hands going back. Go back. The second one of my legs is trapped. So my leg is trapped. I post my hands, I'm up. Come into me. Go. I cannot stay up. Okay? So now we're going to show you this in application. I'm here. I get to De La Riva. I have my grip. Again, the drill, I want you to practice just your foot on the shoulder to show yourself where you're actually placing your head. I go De La Riva. I grab the collar. I grab the leg. She tries to remove this. I pull her forward. Now I'm going to pull her forward, push. She collapses her arm, right? So now what's going to happen is she's going to push both arms on the floor. She's going to end up here, right? Detail, I'm going to keep my hand on my foot on the ASIS. You see, I think of my feet as hands because how I'm using it is like just like a hand, right? So that's why I said hand, sorry. When she posts her foot on the floor, I just want you to see something. The only way she can post her hands right now is when she posts this foot on the floor, right? So post your foot on the floor and now post your hands. Take your butt off the floor. Yes. Take your butt off the floor though. Yes. I want you to stay here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You see, she's able to stay here. And when I bring her butt into you, back up now with your arms. Yes. You see, she just followed me. So let's move back. Drop. So you see what happened? When I was attempting to come up, she's able, when I'm attempting to bring her butt to her arms, she moves her arms back and walks. You see the walk? That is what I was explaining before. You see how she's able to walk her arms when I start bringing her butt to her. That is what the pro is of having both arms on the mat. She's able to equally distribute her weight between the arms. And she's able to keep this frame between her arms and her butt. You see? So now, what are we going to do? We're going to apply the same concept I just explained to you guys. Trapping one leg. But how are we going to achieve this? We're going to achieve this on the leg closest to us, this leg. Because we have a De La Riva hook, we're going to end up trapping the leg like so. And now when we trap the leg like so, post your hands on the floor. Now try to run away. You see, she can straighten her leg as much as she wants, but look, as I come into her.
Yeah.
You see how her body collapses? You see? So this is what we're going to do. How are we going to trap the leg? So I'm going to be here. I'm going to try to tilt her. She's posting both arms. I'm going to go on my shoulder. Side foot. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten her leg. And I'm going to come up like this. I'm going to go on my knee. So for this one, I want you to see my foot stays dead. The reason my foot stays dead is it gives me balance when I come up. You see? Now I'm able to keep this part of her leg trapped. Okay? So when I'm here and I tilt her, I go side foot, I go chop. Now I chop her leg like so. Could you move your leg? Could
This
you?
leg?
Yes. Are you able to take it out? Are you able to back up? Walk your hands.
No.
Okay, so now what are we going to do here? You see how her leg is trapped now?
Where exactly are you trapping it on the leg? I feel like, is it right above my foot?
It doesn't matter the exact trapping spot. I could be here. I just have to have your leg trapped, you see?
Okay.
You see, I just have to chop your leg. So now, what's going to happen is, it's basically like I'm just sitting down on the floor, you see?
Is your weight on top of the leg?
I'm just sitting on it with my butt on the leg, you see? I'm just sitting.
Where's your weight right now when you're sitting on it?
My weight?
Exactly on the leg?
Exactly on the leg. It's on the leg, but also my balance is here on my foot.
Okay.
So now post your hands again and take your foot off the floor. So post this foot and post. Yes, now take your butt off the floor. So now what are we going to do here? Because I have this leg trapped, I'm going to now focus on the upper body. Because she has those arms posted on the floor and she can't back up, I could simply pull her forward more, and she falls. You see? So that's one option. And then I'm going to show you the concept of the upper body in a second. So look, if I'm here and I trap the leg, I already came up, I can pull the shoulders to me. You see, you're having trouble staying up, right?
No, I can't. When you pulled me, I couldn't stay up.
So keep your arms up and keep your shoulders back. Yeah, so now walk back. You can't walk, right? So I pull, look. I pull. Look how her butt touching the floor. Because I'm slowly just taking the weight off of her hands when I pull the collar. You see? So here we're just taking our time. It gives me that spot where I could take my time. And because I'm on the ASIS, she's really stuck. Like her body just can't move, you see? So I'm here. I go side foot, I chop, I come up here. I pull the collars to me. Take your butt off the floor, please. I just pull the collars to me. Look how she falls, okay? Now what I want you to do is, I'm just gonna pull and I push her down. Look, once I get here, look. And now I can hook once her butt's on the floor, right? Because that's the objective of a sweep. Now take your butt off the floor again. So she's still doing this. I'm just gonna put my knee forward and look. I'm just gonna sweep her down. I want you guys to notice something. I want you to notice the amount of control I have over her when I'm doing this position. The reason you would lose this spot is by not controlling your opponent. Because we're positionally correct, when they create these walking frames, when they create all these types of things, it's not going to help them because you're so positionally correct. They can't move. I need to walk back to post my hands on the floor. If I can't walk back, I can stay here as long as I want. How am I going to progress here? Technically, in IBJJF, that's already 2 points if their hands are on the floor, both their hands, because they know that this is completely a sweep. My body's completely down right now, pretty much. But for us to finish it with the arms, we just have to straighten this leg, bring the knees to their chest, and I fall. You see. So, I want you guys to focus on the element of control in this position, in this situation. We're controlling our opponent, we're getting full control, and then we're establishing the sweep, okay? And how we're doing that is we're remaining on the ASIS, and then we're adding in the new element of foot trapping. So, stand up, please. Here. Here. So I pull, shoulders forward, I punch. She falls down. I keep my foot on the leg like so. I pull the shoulders forward. I pull the shoulders forward. I'm going to bend her arm. That's one of the options. She pulls both arms now. See, now I can't do this. You see, I can pull the shoulders forward, but I can't do that exact option. And she's trying to run away from me. So she's stepping on the floor. She keeps moving this foot back. And yes, and now you're backing away. You see, she's trying to move her butt away and moving her arms back at the same time. So now I'm just going to do this. One, side foot. I'm going to come up. Here. You see, I chop the leg. My leg is here. I'm going to hold the knee if I want. I'm going to let go of this. I'm going to bring my knee forward. So try to run away from me now. Now, look how she cannot move. So try to run away. Look how easy this is. Look how I just push it down her butt. So something I could do here that is beneficial is I could attack I'm going to add another concept into when the person's arms are posted. And this concept is going to be me getting to an advantageous position while my opponent's arms are posted. And how am I going to do that? Think about it. For me to hug her, like just to here, I want to give her a hug. For me to give her a hug, for her to stop me from giving her a hug, what does she have to do? She has to frame. She doesn't want to give me a hug. She's going to frame my body, right?
I do want to give you a hug.
So she has to frame my body here. So I cannot give her a hug. When she posts both arms, can she frame me from giving her a hug? No way, because her arms are on the floor. Look. So what does that mean for us? That means that when we're in this spot, we could utilize a body lock type pass. Many different types of things because her arms are still on the floor. I do this all the time. I'm going to give you another concept. When I'm in Berimbolo, for example, and I go under, and let's say I end up on the back. So I post your arm, bring your arm in, and I start lifting here. As her arm is posted, I'll feed a choker while her arm is posted. You see, so come back up. Because this arm is on the floor, could she defend the choke on my hand right now? Especially if I'm like this. Could you defend the choke right now?
No.
So when I go here, I immediately could get to the neck. Because she's posting, we're able to immediately establish a dominant position, such as the submission, such as the body lock. There's no frames. We're frameless. No fort. We always need our frames to defend ourselves in guard. Because they're posting their body, they're losing all their frames on our body. They're giving us an advantageous spot to utilize a pass, to utilize that. So, teaching you this, I want you to keep in mind this window of opportunity that we have the second they're posting, that we could fit in a spot while their arms are posted for us to attack a body lock. So, watch how we're going to do this. So here, I'm going to be in this spot. I'm going to pull her forward. I'm going to sweep her down. I'm going to end up here. I'm going to go side foot. I'm going to chop her leg here. She's going to be posting both arms. Okay? Could she frame me right now? No, there's no frame. I'm going to hook her leg. I'm going to bring my shoulder forward. And I'm going to hug her body like this. Why am I doing this? So now free my body. Look at my body now. I have a full body lock pass on her. Every time I lock my arms, I have a full body lock pass. And now I'm able to establish so much control on her to pass her guard. Okay? So I want you to use this window of opportunity to attack them. When we see the arms are posted, we're not thinking, okay, we're like, this is going to be hard. We're thinking, how can we control them? How can we stabilize them in a way that they're stuck? There's nowhere they could go, but now they lost all their frames. Because they have no frames, it's hug time. We could give them a hug. We could attack the choke. We could do all these different positions here. So let's change sides. So I'm here. De La Riva. I'm here. She tries to remove my leg. I pull forward. I bring my knees chest. I punch her down. I go here. I go side foot. You're going to post both arms. Yes. Side foot. I chop her leg. Look how I chop her leg. You see? So I come up like this. One here. One here. Once I come up, her arms are chopped, right? All I'm going to do is remove my foot from the ASIS. Once I remove the foot, I'm ending up in a half guard spot, right? So now all I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab her shoulder and her body. Push her down and sweep her. Once I get the body lock, I have so many options. And I'm going to go over all these different options in passing series in the future. But I want you to see how advantageous it is for us to take advantage of a passing spot, such as the body lock, because she's holding her arms. She cannot defend this. It's impossible. She needs to let go of her post to defend. So now we're giving her a predicament. We're giving her a predicament. And that's what I always do in jiu-jitsu. I always give my opponent a predicament. I give them two choices. Both are not good. One choice is a little worse, a little better than the other, but both are good for me. No problem. They could let go of their post and frame. But now they just gave up 2 points. It's already 2 points here. But they could give up the post, keeping their butt on the floor, and we sweep the person, right? A full sweep. We're out there, hands on the floor, they fully sweep. Or they don't want to let go. They're going to keep posting. They're going to keep posting. Now I'm going to get a full body lock pass. So now and you'll actually see this in competition. You'll see this in many matches, people posting like ridiculously, like so much, and then they end up getting their guard pass. They end up getting their back taken because they can't frame their bodies. It's like they're playing guard with no frames, and they need to back away to keep utilizing this double frame, right? They need to keep backing away, but they can't because the leg is stuck. So now they're screwed because I can't back away. I can't go anywhere, and my whole body is exposed right now. So the body lock pass is so right there. And once they fall and you land in that perfect spot, there's no coming back, you know? The body lock pass, there's no underhooks. So now you're really screwed because there's no frames, you know? It's just so awesome how we're able to take advantage of small spots like this, right? And it all has to do with posting. And that's what you're learning now, how significant posting is in jiu-jitsu, and how understanding the arms, how we're posting, how they're walking their hands back is so relevant in our course of action, and how we can use their course of action against them to utilize taking back. Okay, so again, I'm here. I'm in De La Riva. Okay, here. She tries to remove this leg. I pull her forward, I punch, I put her to the floor. She pulls both hands. Both hands are posted, right? So I'm gonna go side foot, take your butt off the floor, please though. Yes, I chopped her leg. Try to take your butt off the floor. Yes, so now she's here, right? I notice her foot's off the floor, so I'm gonna sweep her leg, I'm gonna go here. You see, now look at the opening I have. To get to the body lock pass. You see? So, again, other side. De La Riva. She tries to remove my leg. I pull forward, I hit her down. She posts both arms. We're in this world now. Both arms are posted. So I pull her shoulders forward. I chop her leg. Take your butt off the floor, please. I hit her ankle. I go here. And now I'm going to feed the body lock here. Okay? So again, other side. So we already did the first world. One arm on the floor. And we see. Once we post, we clear it. It's over. Pack your bags where it's over. See if you can pirate Ryan. Now the second world. They post both arms. We chop the leg. They're stuck. They're stuck. There's no coming back. There's no frames. I cannot frame the person. My head maybe. You know, I can maybe use my head like this. You know, there's no way they could frame us there. So it's such an awesome option for you to utilize a pass to land in a more advantageous position. Okay, so again, we're here. We're here to take that leg. I pull forward. I push. I pull. She falls down. She pulls both arms. We're here. So she tries to take her butt off the floor. Right? She's trying to take her butt off the floor. I'm going to chop her leg. I'm going to come up. I'm going to hook. I'm going to lock the body lock pass. You see? Now it's so easy to pass. And in future series, we'll be going over many passing variations, you see. So now you have two options. One is posting, one is double. Again, just say double pull now. I just want them to keep seeing my footwork. Of this leg. Notice this leg. That's what I need you to pay attention to. It's side, and then it just traps the leg, okay? I could straighten her leg, no problem. I'm just keeping this leg stuck. That's all I'm focused on. So here, side foot, trap. You see how I'm able to sit up? I want you guys to practice just trapping this leg. And then once you're here, you can take your time. If the person really doesn't want to give the sweep and they just stay like this, look how easy this is. Look, you don't want to give me a sweep, but I'm going to give you a hug now.
Hey, the hug's free. I'll take it.
It's an advantageous hug, right? So I want you guys to work this now, and I want you guys to really practice walking your hands, and I want you to do exactly how I explained. I want you to feel it because it's so crazy, the science of it. I want you to stand up. I want you to hold my ankles and walk. I want you to feel this. And then I want you to feel when you chop my leg, now walking to me. I want you to practice that first because jiu-jitsu is not only just techniques, it's feel. And this concept's so important from everywhere. X guard. Every guard you do to sweep someone, you're going to end up in these scenarios. So I need you to practice understanding posting, okay? I could have honestly did a whole separate DVD on finishing sweeps and posting and this whole thing because every spot you're going to use this. But I think it's better I do it individually like this because this is a specific scenario. So now I can teach you individually this spot, okay? So we did the posting this side. We did the posting this side. Now we're going to add in trapping the leg and sweeping them or body lock and then sweeping them. So it's a win-win. We might get a double win with the body lock also, or we just get their shoulders on the floor, okay? So let's work this. Okay guys, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to give you one more concept that we could apply when the person is posting both arms or posting one arm, and this is overriding that forward knee. Now, I'm showing you this now because I want to give you so many options as possible that we could establish our top control and dominant control, right? So again, we went over when the one arm is posted, right? How we pull forward, we disrupt the post in their hand, posting on their elbow, and we're able to establish top control. Then we went over when both arms are posted, how we stop their movement of moving back because their leg is stuck. Now we establish upper body control because there's no frames. But now what I'm going to show you is when both arms are posted, what else can I do? Anytime I'm in De La Riva and I'm able to do this, I'm going to override my body above the knee. So when you're playing De La Riva here, for example, you see how I'm here and I'm sitting on top of this part of her leg, right? My goal now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my leg to get in front of this leg. And what is this going to enable me to do? It's going to enable me to remove her knees from her chest even more. And if you watch my second part of the berimbolo system, the pass box I discussed many times. And what is the pass box? I'm going to give you an overview in case you haven't watched the other part of the berimbolo system. So, lay down, please. I always call it the pass box because in baseball, I used to play the MLB video game a lot when I was a kid on PSP. And in this video game, the strike zone, which is the...
In real life also.
What?
In real life also.
Yes, just watching baseball in general also. But in that game, there was the box. And when you play baseball, there's a strike box. And when you hit the inside the box, it's a strike. When you're outside the box, it's a ball. So in passing, there's a pass box. So close your knee and elbow. So I want you guys to see something. How could I pass her guard if her pass box is closed, which means her knee is on her stomach and her elbow is here? I can't because her knee is to her chest. Whenever we're able to remove her knee from her chest, look what just happened. Look at this big box that opened up. This is the pass box. And again, when you learn in the berimbolo system, we ignore the elbow, we put it in, or we remove it. But look again now, look at this big pass box, okay? So, if we're able to remove the knees from the chest, and we have no frames on us, what can we do? We can get straight to mount, right? Because there's no pass box, there's no frames to push me. This is amazing. We can go straight to mount, right? So how can we achieve this? I'm going to show you. So we're here. I get here, she posts her arms. I'm stepping on her leg. What I'm going to do is this. I want you to see how I do this. I go on my head, I go on my shoulder. I'm going to bring my knee in front of her hip like so. And when I bring my knee in front of her hip, I want you to see something. Look at my shin, how it's completely in front of her body. So bring your knees to your chest right now. You could like lay down if you wanted. Bring your knees to your chest. Look how she cannot bring her knees to her chest. I put this wedge, I put this thing. So let's say things were closing. I put something on it that it can't close. I don't even know what that's called. What would that be called? Like a wedge? Like you know, like in New Jersey, for example, like when the cars move and stuff, you could put something under the car and it doesn't slide with the snow. That like something like that where it stays stuck and it can't close or anything because of this shin in front of her
Well,
stomach.
it's kind of like when you're changing a tire.
Oh yeah, that thing. That's what I meant. But it just keeps it stuck. It keeps it stuck and it like opens it up. You see, now bring your knees to your chest. You can't because of this leg blocking it here. Okay, so when I'm in De La Riva, if I'm able to, her knee is here. I'm going to bring my pressure forward. I'm going to bring my knee across her knee to bring her knee to her chest. Because if her leg's like this, I have to go so far to do this, right? But if I bring her knee to her chest, square, look how now my leg could easily go above her leg. Now when I do this, I'm going to hook her body like a De La Riva. I'm going to go on my head. Stay up, please, William. And now look what I can do. I'm going to pull her shoulders to me like before. I'm going to move my hand to her chest. I'm going to stretch my leg. And I'm going to end up in mount. You see how simple this is? It's exactly the same concept as before. That's why I showed you this in this order. But I was able to override her pass box. And I was able to override her frames, right? Why? Because she's posting. Once she's posting, there's no frames. Once we override her pass box, what does that mean? I'm in mount. There's nothing blocking me. There's literally nothing blocking me. So again, stand up please. I'm going to keep starting here so you keep seeing my feet work, like how I'm using my body. I'm going to create my forward. Foot on the shoulder, here, to establish De La Riva. My foot on the ASIS, so I'm perfectly positioned with my back leg. I'm going to control the collar. I'm going to pull the shoulders to me, bringing her knee to my stomach. Knee up, pull. Look at her shoulders bent. I'm going to punch her down. I'm going to see her here. She's going to be posting her hands. Okay? So her knee is open right now. How do I close her knee? I'm going to leave my foot on her stomach. I'm going to bring my knee this way. Look how simple this is. So all I do is bring my knee this way. I'm going to go on my shoulder just a little bit to get my leg in front of her body, like so. Once I get my shin across her whole body, look how she cannot move here. Her pass box is done. And I'm going to put my foot, my heel on top of her hip like this. You see how I'm able to like pull you even more when I do this? It gives me like a step to sit up. I'm here. I'm going to hit her leg. I'm going to put my foot on the floor. I'm going to pull, moving my fist to the middle of her chest. And now I'm going to sit up to mount. You see how easy it is for me to come up? I'm showing you it in slow motion. It's way easier if I do it in one motion. But look how I end up in mount. I kill all her frames and I end up right in mount. Okay? So, again. I'm here. I'm building my fort. All my frames need to be perfect. ASIS, knee in, collar. She tries to remove this leg, putting her weight on the forward leg. That's why we're doing this move. I bend her elbow, I sweep her. I do this. 1, 2. Once my foot gets to this spot, you may ask me, she could attack my foot, so go for like a toe hold or something here. Look at this. How could she attack my foot if she has 0 frames? There's no way. To attack my foot, you need at least 1 frame on my body, right? If everything's gone on you, attack my foot here.
It's
Do you
helping.
have anything?
It's kind of helping you.
It's helping me come up even more because there's no frames.
Yeah, it's also like stop. If my hand is occupied here, it's another less.
So this is what you have to learn how to do. Open your knee. For me to close her knee, I just bring my knee up. So my knee is this way. All I'm going to do is bring my knee square. My head aligned with my knee. So look, 1, 2. My knee is on my chest, you see? The second I do this, it's enough to get my leg over and hook her body like so. And now I'm going to make a De La Riva on her body here. And the heel of my foot is on top of her leg like this to help me sit up. Because this is what helps me sit up. Look. Look how I can sit up using my heel on her body. That's what I'm doing here. So I bring the knee up. I bring this leg up. I hook her body, making a De La Riva. And now I use my heel on her body. So my shin is here. My heel is here. I remove my leg. I pull up, I punch, and now I'm gonna come up. Stretching my leg. When I come up, look what I do. I go one, I'm on the side foot right now. I go on my head, I can come up like this, and now I stretch, look, here. Once I stretch, I just bring my leg to the other side, and now I come up. Again, could she stop me because she has 2 posts, right? But she can't move because she's stuck. And the second I go here, what happened to her post? Her elbows go in front of her body, the weight's off her hands, her shoulders are forward, she loses all her balance, and I end up in mount. Okay, so again, I'm here. Dalahiva. She tries to remove my leg. I pull her forward. But make your arms strong. I just want them to see this more, yeah. So forward, look how I bend her arm. Now I push. She collapses. Her knee is this way. I'm just gonna square up her knee. So I square up the knee. All I do is, I'm using my foot. I'm just going to bring my knee up, like this, boom. So it's like my knee's on my chest, look. My knee is like this on my chest. That's all I'm gonna do. So 1. Now this leg is going to go over. It's going to hook. It's going to trap. It's going to hook her hip like so. You see? Now I'm going to use my heel on her body to pull my hip forward. Look, I'm already over her hip already. Now I just have to bring my butt over her hip. There's 0 frames right now, right? Could you run away from me right now? Run away. Like try to move your legs back. There's 0 way she can move right now because both her legs are stuck. She can't even hop because both her legs are trapped right now. You see? That's why I'm doing this. It's so strong she can't even move her legs back. So now I could go on my head even. I could put weight on her stomach. I could stretch my leg and now I could come up to mount. You see? I don't care how you bring your body up to mount. I just need you to remove the frames and get your leg in front of her body. Okay? You could post your hand. You could use your elbow. I'm going to leave that up to you and your body positioning, but I need you to perfect this body positioning. Because I feel like once I clear this, that's when I feel like I'm so strong because there's nowhere she could go, right? Like, where could you do here? You see? Like, yeah, put weight in me. Now if you put weight in me, look how much easier, look. And this time I can even time it under her, you see? The more she frames, the easier it is for me to time, like, under hooks. The more she posts, posts and frames, sorry. The more she posts, I can time all the body lock things. So this side now, just stand up. So I'm here. Dalahiva, I'm here. She tries the back step. I pull forward. I sweep her down. I get to this spot. I bring my knee to my chest. I bring the leg over. I connect my shin to her body like this, which is even pulling her butt to me even more. So try to take your butt off the floor. You see? Now I go on my head. And when I go on my head, look how I bring my body even closer to her. Now look at this. If I can, I'm going to underhook her body like so. You see? So other side. So we're here. Get the leg. She tries to remove it. I pull forward. I sweep her down. So I bring the Dalahiva up. I bring my knee up. Look. Once I bring the knee up, look what I'm doing with my kneecap. So below my knee, under my knee, look what I'm using it on. I'm using it on this part of her leg and I'm hammering. You see? This is what's keeping her leg stuck. And this is what's making it able for me to bring my hips in front of her hips. So I created this. After this, I'm going to have to find out what this is called, the car thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I want to know what that's called now. So I'm using this to block her knees from returning to her chest. Like, bring your knees to your chest. You see, this is blocking it. She cannot. So I'm using this, and I'm also using my leg here to hammer in front of this leg. So now there's nothing she can do. So, steps. Here, I bring my knee to my chest. My knee, same line as my chest. Step 1. Step 2. I bring my knee, this leg, on top of her leg, and I hammer, hooking her back like a Dalahiva. Step 2. Step 3. After hooking, I'm going to use my heel, the bottom of my leg, to hammer down her leg like this. So I can bring myself in more. And now look at my body gets in front of hers. Now look, I can take out my hook. I can post. Look how I post. Look how tight I am. Look who I am. Look how tight I am now. I have so many options once I come up, you see? So again, other side. I'm here. I'm here. She tries to remove my leg. She tries to push this down. I'm here, I push, I sweep her. I get here. I bring my knee to my chest. I bring the leg over. I hook. I keep putting my heel deeper. Shin on the body. You see? Post your hands, so please. I know it's hard when I'm like this, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm here. I bring my head up, I go on my head, I go on my side of my leg. Now I come up, look how I come up. And now I establish mount control. Again. I'm here. I'm here. Here. I bring my knee to my chest. Step 1. Step 2. Leg over. Step 3. Hook, heel, hammer down. Shin on her stomach. Move, 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 move. I move my body. I move my body. I go to mount. Again, other side. I want you guys to start noticing these small concepts that we're doing, how important they are, and how we're following the same concept as before, right? Because we're stopping the person from being able to move. But now we're creating this thing in front of their body that we could just skip the body lock pass and just go straight to mount. You know, this is so efficient and easy if you understand how you're using your leg. We're just going 1, 2, hooking, and then hammering our leg. Then we're able to go straight to mount. So it's perfect. You see? So we're here. I have the collar. Pull forward. I sweep her down. I bring my knee up. Here. You see how I do a hip sweep in? Because I'm bringing my butt in front of her knee as much as I can. Because I'm ignoring the lower part of her leg. And I'm getting my body over here. So I'm eliminating her complete leg from this. You see? So we're here. I go here. 1, 2. Now I get to this spot. I go on my shoulder. I bring my butt in front of her leg. I stretch. I take my foot out. And then I come up. Again. And here. She puts her weight on this hand. She tries to put her weight forward. I sweep her. 1, 2. Again. Other side. See, as I feed this, look how I'm hammering. I'm hammering. And I'm slowly climbing my body toward her hip. Like so. So what can she do now? She can let go and start framing me. Let go and frame. She puts me mount. So she's really screwed in this spot, you see? Like once I eliminate her leg, she's really screwed. So, again, I'm here. I get here. I'm in this spot. She goes here. I put forward. I connect. Boom. I bring my knee to my chest. 1, 2. Hammer, heel, heel. Bringing my shin to her stomach like so. Now I'm gonna wrap around. Wrap around. I'm going to put my foot on the floor and I'm gonna stretch and come up. To mount. You see? Once I establish mount control, I have so many options, right? Which is, I hope to get it under her if I can. So again. We're here. Here, put weight forward, I sweep, I foot on the hip, I move the knee, I remove her leg, I hammer, I hammer, I hammer. She already got swept when I do this. It's like a scissor sweep, right?
Yeah, it is.
With my shin, right? Because I'm like, boom. You see, but come up again. So now I can go on my head if I want. You see, when I go on my head, I can stretch my leg and land in top. Every time fast. This side. So work this now and practice getting your knee in front. Again, just lay down, double pull. Don't do, I'm not gonna do the whole movement, just to see this part. So here, knee to chest, 1, 2, heel, heel, heel. Knee to chest, over, heel, heel, heel.
Show the other side.
Other side. So knee open, knee to chest. I'm using my hand on the ankle the whole time to help me bring the knee to chest. If you watch the bear and bull system of this, it'll make perfect sense what I'm saying by holding the ankle, right? So I hold the ankle, I turn her knee in. My foot's still on her hip right now. My other foot's here. Over. So now here, hip, 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 sweep. You see her arms are posted, awesome. There's no way, like it completely eliminates everything. One more time so they can see this angle. Here, on this side, open your knee here, close your knee, I go here, hip, hip, sweep. And when I sweep, I finally sweep by sweeping my leg. So I sweep it down to get to mount. Okay, so I want you guys to work that leg positioning and see how you could add this in when the person's posting. Let's